Hello and welcome back to the Long Free Ride. Bit of a different episode today. As you can see, I'm in a high-vis and there's no Michelle on the other seat. So what am I up to? Well, let's get on the road and I'll explain it to you as I drive. Tonight I'm driving from my home in Brighton and Hove to the outskirts of South London as I'm volunteering for an organisation called Serve Sussex. It's a charity that's best known for delivering human blood and blood products to hospitals. We operate from 7 p.m. to 6 a.m. Monday to Friday, as well as all day on weekends and bank holidays. We're often called blood bikers or blood runners, and I do still go out on my bike sometimes, but as I've got older, I find the car calls to me more on a wet winter's night. Also, we're limited to one box of blood on our personal motorcycles, and quite frequently nowadays, hospitals request multiple boxes. Tonight, I would have had to have used the car anyway, as the temperatures are going to be too cold for blood products to be transported on a motorcycle. There are multiple blood biking charities around the UK, generally using county boundaries to define their area of operation. Serve Sussex covers East and West Sussex. For those unfamiliar with the counties of southern England, here's a map and I'll highlight the rough boundaries of Sussex. Within this area, we support the following hospitals. In the very east of the county, we start with the Conquest Hospital in Hastings, and working west along the coast, we have Eastbourne District General Hospital, the Royal Sussex County Hospital in Brighton, Worthing Hospital, and lastly, in the very west of the county, St Richard's in Chichester. Further inland, we also cover the Princess Royal Hospital in Haywards Heath and the Specialist Burns Unit at the Queen Victoria Hospital in East Grinstead. But where does the blood, platelets and plasma come from? Well, the initial answer is for the arm of the generous individuals that give blood. A big thank you to you all. It's then processed in regional centres and our nearest hub is in Tooting, London. So, is that where I'm off to? Well, no. I'm off to a town close to the M25 and the top of the M23 called Hooley. Here there is a rendezvous every night at 10:30 between riders and drivers from Serve Sussex with a driver from Serve Surrey and London. They pick up the blood from Tooting for us and for other counties and bring it to Hooley. Because of the town's name, volunteers know this run as the Hooligan Run. I'm almost at the rendezvous point. I've deliberately arrived early to ensure I don't film any other volunteers as they don't know I'm making this video, so it's not really fair. Right, 2 boxes of platelets on board. Let's start heading back down to deliver the first one at Brighton and then the second one at Worthing. But we're going to stop for a bit of a charge on the way back down.
While John heads south, I thought I'd just jump in to say that there are loads of opportunities in this charity for women and whether you're a biker or not. Part of the Sussex charity that John belongs to has a group that delivers breast milk and also another part that delivers to local community nursing teams, and these are done during daylight hours so you don't have to leave home in the middle of the night. And don't worry if you don't have access to a vehicle, because there are roles without that. You could be the controller that dispatches riders to where they need to go to, or you could be a fundraiser, or a volunteer in the admin team. No matter which part of the charity you volunteer for, you are going to have to go through some checks. You will have to fill in some forms, you will have to present ID, and there will be a background check. If you like what John's up to tonight, please like the video, it'll mean so much to him. And if you happen to know a biker that would love to go out for a ride, why not share this video with them and ask them to get in touch? I'm approaching the bottom of the M23 now, and this is where Elon and Tesla help the National Health Service. Tesla has built a fantastic 16-stall supercharger just off the M23 at the Peace Pottage services. With the majority of my volunteering being at night, there's always loads of chargers free, and being Tesla chargers, you know they're going to be working. And when Elon first launched his electric cars, he gave away free supercharging for the life of the vehicle to help sell them, and my car is one of those. This generous perk pays for a large part of the fuel I use. If you're new here and wonder why the channel's called The Long Free Ride, now you know the answer. Don't worry, the 15 minutes I'm going to take charging the car is not going to be an issue. The vast majority of the work that we do as blood charities is to grease the wheels of the NHS. We ensure that blood, platelets, blood samples and other medical items are in the right place when they are needed,
and help the NHS deliver more timely outcomes for their patients. And all of this is done at no charge to the NHS. That's not to say that we don't sometimes carry urgent items, and on those occasions you are very aware that for somebody you'll probably never meet, you are making a real difference through being a volunteer. Okay, Elon and Tesla have done their bit. Time for me to finish doing my bit and get these platelets off to the hospitals. And while I do that, let me explain how you could do your bit for the blood charities in the NHS. Firstly, if you'd like to volunteer to be a blood runner, take a look at this video's description below, where you'll find details of SIRS Sussex and also links to other organisations across the UK, as well as volunteers like myself providing their own vehicles and fuel, etc., and volunteering maybe once a week or once every other week. We also have fleet riders and drivers that provide their time for free but are provided with a vehicle by the charity. These individuals volunteer for a number of nights on the bounce using both marked motorcycles and cars. The running costs of these vehicles are paid for by the charity. So if you'd like to contribute to keeping the fleet refreshed and on the road, you can use the URL on the screen or QR code to make a donation. Full details are also available in the description below. Thank you. My first stop will be at the Royal Sussex County Hospital in Brighton. There's a lot of building work at the hospital currently, but it looks like the new building is now being used. Once again, I won't be filming as I don't have permission and it's not fair to patients and staff. Okay, off to Worthing. My usual route would be via the A27, but with overnight closures for roadworks, my route tonight will be along the A259 Seafront Road. It'll be a bit slower, but with a bit more to look at. Last stop, Worthing Hospital. As you'd expect, most entrances are locked after around 10 p.m. So in many locations we go in through A&E and then emerge elsewhere by another door after releasing the magnetic lock. Right, let's get home for tea and medals. Well, I hope you've enjoyed learning a little bit more about the volunteering I do, what the blood charities do, and if you are interested in maybe volunteering for one of those charities, then if you are within Sussex, take a look at the web link that's coming up below now. And if you're somewhere else in the UK, then have a look down below and have a look at the National Association of Blood Bikers website. And remember, it's not just at night time that we go out and do things. The milk runs are done during the day, and many of the other projects, such as the ones that we do with the nursing teams, they run during the day. So pretty much anybody can get involved in those. And again, you don't have to drive a bike; you can just be a car driver. So thanks for taking the time to watch this, and we'll see you on the next free ride.